Define the female gaze. Give 3 exemplars of such. The female gaze, a theoretical term that pertains to analyzing art, is an important and developing topic in feminist theory. The female gaze is a term used to parallel the male gaze coined by Laura Mulvey. In 1975, her essay, Visual Pleasure and Narrative Cinema, examined the film industry and the voyeuristic nature of films created by men, with men, for men. She quotes, "In a world ordered by sexual imbalance, pleasure in looking has been split between active male and passive female. In their traditional exhibitionist role, women are simultaneously looked at and displayed, with their appearance coded for strong visual and erotic impact, so that they can be said to connote a looked atness." The evolution of feminist film theory was grounded in a paradigm of sexual difference in which the gaze of spectatorial pleasure was affiliated with masculinity, and the female within mainstream cinema was assigned with the position of object and spectacle, connoting, as Mulvey put it, an exemplary to be looked atness. The male gaze makes women not active subjects but passive objects. The female gaze contrasts with the male gaze directly. It's designed to treat female characters with respect and give them agency. It speaks to a female spectator, director, or character. It refers to not just being watched, but being truly seen. Whilst the male gaze speaks of 3 parts, the camera main protagonist and spectator, Joey Soloway, speaks on the female gaze in her TIFF lecture, also surmised in 3 parts. Part 1 includes reclaiming the body, using it as a tool on the set, with the intention to communicate a feeling seeing. Part 2, how it feels to be the object of the gaze, not just about a feeling but revealing a story shape for intense awareness of the protagonist's growing power. And Part 3, returning the gaze. I feel you seeing me. We feel you seeing us and don't want to be the object any longer. Portrait of a Lady on Fire shows this beautifully. As said by the director Celine Sciamma, the tension around the gaze is the plot of the film. You can even see it as a manifesto around female gaze. The film uses primarily female characters and shows the male gaze directly and Nomi's reluctance to be viewed from it, whilst Marianne is given the task of capturing her. The film shows the lack of agency of Nomi's character in a feminist perspective of her aristocratic status. In one scene, Eloise poses for a portrait, and there is a mirror covering an intimate part of her body. Her body is not there to be objectified for a man. It literally returns the gaze and reflects the artist. There is no spectator and object, both a spectator and subject. The initial painting Marianne does is forced and doesn't really look like her. After this, she strives to capture Heloise's mannerisms and character, the artwork a collaboration that includes her will. I don't want to be the object anymore. I want to be the subject, and with that subjectivity, I can name you the object. It is also an example of the lesbian gaze. The romance is made from intense and meaningful glances for most of the film. The nude scenes are natural and therefore at times unflattering, contrasting with curated nude scenes in other films, which are posed and designed for the titillation of the audience. Another exemplar of the female gaze, Fleabag, breaks the fourth wall and conveys the character's emotions directly to the viewer. The audience is given a direct conduit into Fleabag's perspective and is invited to empathize with her. Fleabag's unnamed protagonist is wrestling with the idea of the gaze the whole series. It is only when she falls in love with the priest they see her narration with the audience. This again speaks to the notion of not just being viewed, but truly seen and understood. The female gaze becomes reciprocal, mirrored. Instead of maintaining the traditional hierarchy of watch versus watcher, the female gaze in Fleabag is necessarily a collaboration. It is doubled. It brings the viewer past the barrier of the screen, troubling their position as viewer. When Fleabag falls for a priest, the show's version of the male gaze comes into play. We side with Fleabag as she gazes at her new love interest. His neck, his beautiful neck. Waller-Bridge's commentary here is brimming with satire. In destabilizing normative gender dynamics, she shines a light on the misogyny of the male gaze. She is also a complex, deeply flawed character, and in that imperfection, a feminist portrait, challenging the good protagonist archetype. This three-dimensional portrait of modern-day womanhood makes for interesting watching.